Hello, this is a short explanation on your assignment for the Learning Center on a teaching method or approach. As we discussed in class, a Learning Center is a teaching strategy in which students study independently. They follow step-by-step procedures in order to understand about the main content. In this case, this content is the method or approach that you were assigned. The special characteristics of the Learning Center appear in the information provided to you at the beginning of the course, in which we have some literature about learning centers. If you want to get this information, you access your Moodle account, then you go to Assessment Tools, and here you will find that the first assignment is the Learning Center. The rubric will provide a clearer explanation of what you need to do. Create a learning center in which you teach your partners the main features of the particular approach or method that you were assigned, and provide an opportunity to reflect on the applicability of the approach of the method in your own teaching context. The application of independent study using the Learning Center shouldn't last longer than 35 minutes. As we compared a Learning Center to a tutorial of cooking, you follow step-by-step process in order to understand and reflect about the application of the teaching method or approach. The characteristics: it should offer independent study, which means that instructions should be clear. It should facilitate that you understand the concept or the theoretical postulates behind the approach or the method. That means that you need to include theoretical references. Apply the concept. That means that your learning center should facilitate that the teachers who take this learning center reflect on the application of the concepts that you just presented to them, and that they offer then the reflection on the applicability of the approach in their own teaching context. The Learning Center should offer collaborative work and student-student interaction. That means that when the teacher takes the Learning Center independently, they can interact with other teachers, but maybe using a resource in which they put the answers, or they compare, they check the information that they have been understanding or working on in the Learning Center. The Learning Center has to have explicit theoretical references. The Learning Center needs to contain practical exercises where the approach of the method is applied. Usually, you can look for a lesson that is recorded in a video or a lesson plan to ask the teacher that is taking the Learning Center to analyze the Learning Center and if that compares to the classroom practices that they have. The Learning Center needs to have facilitate the objective, because the Learning Center needs to have a pre, a while, and a post, so that the teacher that is taking this follows a process and is able to attain the applicability of the Learning Center to their learning context. The materials: you can incorporate different materials, resources, you can include websites, you can include, of course, the references are counted as materials. You can include images, videos, you can include crosswords. It's all up to your creativity, but the idea is that these materials serve the purpose of helping the students understand, apply, and reflect. When I say students, I mean the teachers that are taking the Learning Center. And of course, I am expecting that you include your document. It can be slides, it can be a Word document, it can be any type of work, is presenting academic expression correctly, so that you include your references, that the titles are very well written, indentation for first lines, and the different suggestions that are in the APA guide that was provided for you. Let's take a look at an example. In this example of the Learning Center is about flipped learning. The teacher is asking here, read the information. So this is the first instruction. Read the information about the flipped learning. Then you have here some theoretical references. And then the Learning Center is asking the teachers to be ready to share answers to these questions. That means that with your partner, that means that it's offering interaction. Then the Learning Center is asking the teacher to watch a video about flipped learning with some activities to reflect. These questions that reflect are the part in which the teachers are offered the opportunity to reflect on the teaching methodology and to see the application in the teaching practice. Then you write the definition so you can pay attention to how this is being evaluated, and then they have to share the information in class. Some aspects from the structure of this learning center, this is according to the rubric. There is not an example of a lesson plan. There is not an example of a lesson plan or a video explaining the class, using the flipped learning approach. So this is incomplete in this learning center. This learning center doesn't have a list of references, even though the learning center provides theoretical references, and an activity that evaluates the teacher understanding. Maybe you can incorporate an activity in which you confirm that the person is able to really understand and apply the approach correctly. So these are the aspects that are missing in this learning center. In the other learning center that is called Aprende Inglés Cantando, we have, this is a sample, we have some instructions. Look, instruction number 1, read about this information. The link to get the information is here. Then read this other link. Then there are some questions, but these questions are not given instructions. So you need to say, instructions, answer the next questions. So there is a problem in this learning center. What is the role of the teacher? So these questions that are here need to have an instruction that says, read the instructions and answer the questions, or answer the questions. And here there are some other questions. So what are the main aspects or missing aspects here? There is no student-student interaction. Instructions are not provided, which makes it very difficult for a person to study independently to follow this. Remember that if you're going to study independently, instructions should be clear. And the pre, the while, and the post stages are a little bit not easy to follow. So I don't clearly see a process in this learning center. There is not a list of references. So references are not provided. And if you pay attention, the type of interaction that students should be having with one another is not there. There is no collaboration, and the material is not providing very clear an example of a lesson using this methodology. So what do you have to do for your learning center? Keep in mind the rubric, take a look at these examples that I am giving you, and make sure that if a teacher takes the learning center, the person is able to fully understand the method, being able to apply it and reflect if it is a method or a methodology or an approach that they can actually use in their classrooms. Thank you.